The hallways of Jefferson High were buzzing with the usual chaos of the afternoon, students moving in clusters, lockers slamming, and laughter echoing through the corridors. But for Emma Lawson, the day was about to take a sharp turn. Known as the quiet, studious girl with a penchant for disappearing into the background, Emma had always managed to avoid the attention of the school's notorious football team. Until now. It started in the second-floor hallway, where the scent of lockers mixed with the faint smell of cafeteria food. Emma was walking briskly, clutching her books tightly to her chest, trying to make it to her next class without incident. But a shadow fell across her path. She looked up to see Marcus and his crew, the top players on the football team, known for their relentless bullying of anyone who didn't fit their image. "Where do you think you're going, nerd?" Marcus sneered, his voice loud enough to draw the attention of nearby students. A couple of his teammates laughed, their eyes gleaming with cruel amusement. Emma felt a cold knot form in her stomach, but she refused to show fear. She kept walking, hoping they'd just let her pass. But they didn't. In one swift motion, Marcus stepped in front of her, and before she could react, two of his friends flanked her, effectively pinning her against the lockers. The cold metal pressed into her back, the noise of the hallway fading into a blur as adrenaline surged through her veins. She could feel the heat of their anger, the arrogance in their smirks. "You think you can just walk through here without us noticing?" Marcus said, leaning in. His friends chuckled. Emma's mind raced. This wasn't the first time she had faced bullies, but something about this situation felt different. She couldn't run, she couldn't yell, and the usual tactics of avoidance wouldn't work. She had to think fast. Her eyes flicked to the floor, then to the lockers behind them. A sudden spark of clarity hit her. She remembered the self-defense classes her father had made her take over the summer. Lessons she had half-heartedly attended, not believing she would ever need them. But now every move, every stance, every technique she had learned was flooding back into her mind. Marcus leaned closer, his tone dripping with menace. "What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?" Emma's hands tightened around her books, but then she remembered something her instructor had drilled into her. Use their momentum against them. Stay calm, strike with precision, not anger. Her heart pounded, but she focused on the rhythm of their movements, the way their weight shifted, the slight imbalance as they underestimated her. With a swift motion, she dropped her books to the floor, catching the nearest arm with a practiced grip, twisting just enough to destabilize him. Marcus let out a grunt of surprise, his friends momentarily caught off guard. Emma seized the moment, raising her knee with explosive force, and drove it into Marcus's midsection. The impact was precise, powerful, and perfectly timed. Marcus staggered backward, gasping, his eyes wide in disbelief. The hallway went silent. Students who had been passing by froze, their phones raised instinctively, recording the scene unfolding before them. Marcus's friends tried to rush her, but Emma was already moving, her stance low, agile, ready for any attack. Another strike, another calculated move, and suddenly the so-called invincible football players were scrambling off balance, completely unprepared for the storm that Emma had become. By the time the gym teacher and a few other staff members arrived, the fight had ended. Marcus was doubled over, clutching his stomach, his pride shattered. His friends were nursing minor injuries, groaning in confusion and pain. Emma stood tall, chest heaving, adrenaline still coursing through her veins. She didn't gloat. She didn't need to. The message had been sent loud and clear. She was not someone to be underestimated. Word spread through the school like wildfire. By the next day, whispers of what had happened in the hallway were everywhere. Marcus's football season was in jeopardy. He had missed practice due to injuries, and the coach was furious. Emma, once invisible, had become a symbol of quiet strength, someone who could stand her ground against bullies with courage and skill. But more than that, she had discovered something about herself. Fear was natural, but it didn't have to control her. Every punch, every kick, every move she had learned wasn't just about defense, it was about reclaiming power, about showing that resilience and intelligence could triumph over brute force. Emma's story was just beginning. She walked through the halls now with a newfound confidence, the same quiet grace, but a sharper edge. She knew the bullies would be watching, maybe plotting, maybe scheming, but she was ready. The game had changed, and she was no longer playing by anyone else's rules. As she entered her classroom, classmates whispered, some with awe, some with curiosity. But she didn't seek attention. She only smiled faintly, sitting down and picking up her books, ready for whatever came next. The hallway battle was over, but her journey of self-discovery and strength had only just begun. And to all those watching this story unfold, remember, sometimes the quietest ones carry the fiercest strength. Subscribe now to follow Emma's journey and witness more incredible stories of courage, resilience, and triumph over the impossible.